as the chairman of McDonald's China, what are your observations on China's catering sector, and how do you think we can better boost consumer activity in this sector?
Food and beverage sector is obviously very important sector in China. It accounts for, I think, over 10%, roughly about 11% of the total retail sales. I think despite of tough economic challenges last year, the sector still saw some growth. For McDonald's, we clearly experienced some challenging market conditions due to weak consumption sentiment. I think for last year was a tough year for the sector, especially for smaller players. There had been many smaller restaurant closures. Even for us, opening 1,000 restaurants requires more capital investment. And the government is trying to help all the sectors by implementing this two new policies. Essentially, you're trading equipment, old equipment for new equipment. You're trading for consumers to trading durable goods, old durable goods for new durable goods. And but that's on the equipment front, the food and beverage sector is not included in that in terms of the policy coverage. Mm-hmm. And I think that given how important the food and beverage industry is to overall consumption, mm-hmm. So I think this policy should be expanded to cover the sector. That would encourage more new restaurants because the tax rebate, the subsidies will help with the overall investment into the sector.
You mentioned about the so-called two new policies, and during the two sessions this year, how to better finance, better channel those financial resources into those two new projects, including like new technologies and new industries, is also a key focus. What are your suggestions?
For the financial sector, overall, the aim is, the objective is to support the real economy. So so we need to support the economy in terms of technology, in terms of green development and universal financial services and so on and so forth. The 5 areas that's stipulated by the leadership, mm-hmm. Central leadership on how financial industry should serve the real economy. Mm-hmm. I think for in terms of my suggestion, given my industry focus has always been in investment, mm-hmm. the private equity investment, the money is going directly into the real economy, just like our investment into McDonald's, into Harbin Pharmaceutical, into many companies. Mm-hmm. So that in my view, our overall economy, in order to fund its growth, we cannot purely rely on debt capital, which is banking capital. Mm-hmm. We need more equity capital, and that's why the growth of the private equity industry it's very important.
For better regulating these private equity, what do you think are the major obstacles right now, and what changes can we make?
In terms of capital market, the stock market in particular, I think the regulators have been over the last 2 to 3 years trying to promote better governance. And trying to eradicate companies that commit frauds. I think these are very important because at the end of the day, there needs to be a heightened level of confidence and trust in the listed companies. In terms of once I think companies are cleaned up and they're clearly well-performing companies, then the next goal is to consolidate and help them grow.